The book of Esther is one of the most fascinating stories in the entire Bible. It's a book where God's name is never mentioned, yet his presence is unmistakable. When you look beneath the surface, you start to see how intentionally this story is woven together. Esther's story takes place in ancient Persia, the largest empire on earth at the time. The Jewish people were living in exile, scattered and vulnerable. And into that world steps a young woman named Hadassah, whom we know as Esther. Even her name carries meaning. Esther sounds like the Hebrew word for hidden, and that's exactly what this book is about. God working behind the scenes even when he seems silent. One thing modern readers often miss is how deeply that culture valued authority and obedience. When Mordecai tells Esther not to reveal her Jewish identity, she doesn't argue. In their world, obedience wasn't weakness, it was wisdom. And that obedience positioned her for the moment God would use her to save an entire nation. When the crisis hits and Haman plots to destroy the Jews, the entire story turns on what the Jewish people call the Great Reversal. Everything flips. The gallows Haman builds for Mordecai become the gallows Haman himself dies on. The decree meant to destroy the Jews becomes the decree that empowers them. Mourning turns into joy. Fasting turns into feasting. What the enemy meant for evil, God turns for good. And the timing is incredible. The king can't sleep at the exact moment he needs to remember Mordecai. Esther gains favor at the exact moment she needs to speak. Haman walks into the court at the exact moment the king is ready to honor someone. These aren't coincidences. This is God's hidden hand guiding every detail. Then comes Esther's moment of courage. She begins the story quiet and concealed, but when the time comes, she steps forward and risks her life to save her people. Mordecai's words still echo today. Who knows if you were brought to the kingdom for such a time as this? The book of Esther reminds us that even when God seems silent, he is never absent. He works through ordinary people in ordinary moments to accomplish extraordinary things. And just like Esther, we may find that the very place we're standing right now is exactly where God intends to reveal his purpose.